Hey there, welcome to the paper flow tutorial on how to fold Groot. This is a mask for which I used my pre-crumpled paper to get this nice bark texture. This is gonna be a three-part tutorial, and in the first part I'll show you how to actually make the pre-crumpled paper. You can use this paper to fold Groot, but also different projects, like this one. This is the first mask I actually folded with this kind of paper. I've also used this technique to fold other masks, like this one. In the second part, I'll show you how to actually fold Groot. And in the final part, I will show you how to paint the mask. So this is going to be a complete tutorial. Before we start, however, I'm very proud to announce I can do a giveaway of a signed copy of this book, Shaping Paper. This is by David Cashpapier and Dasha Severova. And it's an absolute gem of a book that will show you how to elevate your origami to an actual art. It shows design tools on how to look at your work, prepare your paper, how to shape it, finish your paper, paint the work, anything. It's got lots of pictures, diagrams for actual models, and some basic techniques for mask folding, as well as a portfolio for even more inspiration by this amazing origami artist. It's an absolutely essential work for any origami enthusiast. I already used the diagrams to make some models, like this Rise of the Aquarius mask, and this Aristobrak, and the fox with this unique cache-papier style. To be able to win this book, you just need to do two things. First one is to subscribe to the channel, and the second one is you leave a comment below in which you tell me what you would like to see a future video on. This could be a technique tutorial on folding or preparing paper, finishing your model, anything. Even a paper review maybe, or a tutorial for one of my models that you can find on my Instagram. The only thing I won't be making tutorials on is other people's designs, unless those people explicitly ask me to do so. Alright, I think we're ready, so let's get into the flow. To get started, here's what we're gonna need. First of all, a smooth surface to work on and apply MC to. This can be plastic or glass or even wood. You're gonna apply wallpaper glue to it, but it's really easy to clean off, so just make sure it's really smooth. Second, we'll need a long strip of soft but strong paper that's not too thick. Maximum thickness should be about the thickness of printer paper, which is 80 grams per square meter. Your paper should be about 20 to 25 centimeters wide and about 60 centimeters long. I will be using this paper I got from a local store. I think it's Canson silk paper. Looks like Unryu, but it's a bit thicker and less strong. But you can use any kind of paper with long fibers, like this one. This is Unryu hanji. Or you can use mulberry paper, Vietnamese dough paper, or even thicker paper like Korean hanji. This is a paper I like to use most. Then you'll need a second sheet of paper to back the first one and to increase thickness. It should have about the same height as the paper you're gonna crumple. And it can be any kind of paper, but it should be thicker, or at least as thick. So I'd say about thickness of printer paper or even thicker maybe. Doesn't matter much, you can use whatever paper you like to work with. I usually use another sheet of the Korean hanji. So that's it for the paper. The next thing you're gonna need is MC, which is short for methyl cellulose. To prepare this, you need to get some wallpaper glue, like this. Not just any kind, it needs to be based on methyl cellulose, as you can see here, and maybe here. It comes in a powder form, and you have to add it to water to make this kind of glue. If you still need to actually prepare the MC, you'll need some water and a spoon. And finally a brush to apply the MC. And some cutting tools. First, I will show you how to prepare the MC. If you already know how to do this, you can skip to the timestamp you see above. You take about half a cup of water. I'm not really sure about the exact amounts. David, for instance, says he uses 10 to 15 grams per liter, but you can easily adjust when you use too much or too little. I usually take half a glass and then 1 teaspoon of the powder. And just mix it. Your water shouldn't get much thicker fast. And it's better to add too much powder because we need to wait a few hours after we stir it. And if you add too much, you can just dilute it with water and then instantly use it after. If you add too little, you'll need to add more powder and then wait again. So I usually add too much and then dilute it. After a few hours, you should get a smooth solution like this. And you know it has the right consistency when it's about as fluid as egg white. So if it's thicker, you can add some water and then shake it until you get something like this. The next step is to apply the MC on your surface, and it should be as white as your paper strip. Then apply your paper, and you don't even need to roll it on since we're going to crumple it anyway. You can still leave it dry at the top part and then add some more MC there later, it doesn't matter. Next, add some more MC on top of the paper. And then carefully start peeling it off from the top to the bottom and bring the top downwards a bit. This is actually where you'll find out whether your paper is strong enough. It shouldn't rip here. And now you have some excess paper you can use to start making the wrinkles. Try not to make the wrinkles too thick and close to each other. Have a look out for these kind of big gaps. When you see them, try to make them a bit smaller. I did rip my paper here, but if it's a small hole like this, you don't need to worry, since you can hide it, and we're gonna back it with another paper anyway. So when you've crumpled your entire sheet, you should end up with a height of at least 18 centimeters if you used a width of 25 centimeters. Keep an eye on this during the crumpling. When you're done, you can add more MC on top. At this point, you can also add paint to your MC to color your sheet, but we're gonna paint the model afterwards. And now we leave it to dry. When your paper has dried, it should look something like this. And now we're gonna back it with another sheet. First, we cut the sheet just a bit smaller than the other paper. Now we peel off the first paper. And we add more MC on a surface the same size as your backing paper. Add another layer of MC. And now apply your crumpled sheet. Now push it down really well. And finally some more MC. Now all that remains is leave it to dry once again. When it's dried, you can peel it off and your sheet should be ready. This one isn't completely dry yet, so I need to dry it a bit more. But you can start folding when it's not completely dry yet, since you want to wet fold anyway. Besides, this is how wet folding was invented in the first place, by accident. So that was it for the tutorial. I hope this helped and inspired you. I thank you for watching, and make sure to check the next tutorial on how to actually fold Groot with this paper.